bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to everyone. We bring the boom. Your favorite father and son.
September 27th, 2024. We're bringing the boom, baby. Degenerates Unite Weekly. Hello, it's me, Big Smear Dog. I'm here, joined by Jeremy. What's up, bud?
Not too much. Chilling.
Absolutely. Well, like a little known secret here over at Degenerates Unite Weekly is that we actually love social media. We're big social media heads.
Yes.
We follow the trends. We're big on the brain rot, the mind fog, the doom scrolling. I mean, Jeremy, how late are you up in bed every night with that phone glued to your face until your eyelids actually close?
Oh, I'd say about 2:30, 3:30 in the morning.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you wake up at the crack of noon, grab that phone, and we're right back in. I want to see, I'm waiting for to come into work one day and a coworker to hand me a picture. And they'll be like, hey, can you sign this for me? And I turn it over, and it's like a picture of me from like the third grade. And I'm like, oh man, where'd you get this? And they're like, we had to do a little bit of digging. And then I sign it. I tell the story. So, I mean, the trends are hot. And if it's a hot trend, I'm going to do it. So, following all these trends have pointed me, my algorithm's out of control right now. Probably one of the best algorithms on the sphere. And how can you not love AJ and Big Justice? America's favorite father and son duo making music with the boom scale. So I thought it would be only right to dedicate this episode to the big dogs of the internet right now. So shout out to AJ and Big Justice and the whole fam over there at wherever the hell they are.
I mean, they're going to go down in history, like right up there with, power washing videos or like soap getting cut.
Yep.
I mean, they're that important.
You think they'll hit rug washing status eventuing? Or
rug shampooing?
Rug shampooing,
That's kind of crazy.
It is. Yep. Well, speaking of shampooing rugs, we had our first trade of the season, and going forward, trades are a big part of fantasy football here. So we're always going to be leading off on the podcast talking about trades that have happened week by week. So hopefully this encourages you guys to get out there, make some trades, because your favorite podcast host will be talking about it at the top of every show. And Jeremy, you were part of the first trade, so I'll hand it over to you. Why don't you give us a quick recap of what the trade was and what the hell was going through your mind when you made it?
So the trade was Jordan Mason, who is currently the 49ers starting quarterback, and first overall pick, Christian McCaffrey, and Amari Cooper for Devin Kane. I just needed to be proactive. I couldn't just sit there and be like, well, maybe he's coming back. I don't know. I mean, even now he's in Germany. They said they're going to start ramping up his recovery. I don't know why they wouldn't have done that week 2, if that means anything. So he might not even come back. Who knows? Jordan Mason, I knew absolutely nothing about him other than he was on the 49ers. So I just wanted someone a little bit more dynamic, pass catching, kind of what I wanted to get out of McCaffrey. And so I made the trade, and the rest is history.
That's fair. Jordan Mason is not proven. He could be, Tyson Williams. Remember that guy Tyson Williams who won the Ravens job a couple years ago after Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins got injured? And then everyone's like, oh, Tyson Williams. And then he comes in and he sucks. So it's like Jordan Mason could be that Tyson Williams where you think you're getting a great player, but what if he sucks? So it was good of you to get ahead of it. And, it really is not looking good for McCaffrey at this point.
No, and then when he comes back, also, you figure they're probably going to be sharing snaps.
100%. And then it turns into a committee.
Yeah. So
and McCaffrey's the kind of guy that you don't want to work too hard. Like, if the 49ers are bound to be in the playoffs, that's somebody you kind of want to not overwork in the regular season. So then when you have him in the playoffs, he's actually effective. Yeah. So, it could be a great foresight by you and a great set of balls by you to make that trade. So we'll see how it turns out. You never know how it turns out until like 3 or 4 weeks after the trade happens. Yep. So we'll see what happens. All All right, so that'll take us into the They Them Mayhem presented by Costco.
They them mayhem, tear that down. Fantasy showdown, claim that ground.
So this week, in honor of AJ and Big Justice, we're going to be giving each team a 0 through 5 on the boom scale. And I'll start with my game, and that's Built Ford Tough Jason beating me 136 to 92. Zombies ate my neighbors. Not a great week for me. I'm going to keep this short. Malik Neighbors is probably my best player on my team, and DK Metcalf is pretty solid too, but everyone else didn't do anything. My running backs didn't show. I mean, Tony Pollard had a pretty good first 2 weeks, but you knew he was going to come back to earth a little bit. So, not much to say on my side, but on Jason's side, he got a lot of help from Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Aaron Jones, and Zach Charbonnet has been great as a Kenneth Walker fill-in these last couple weeks. So big ups to Jason, still 3-0, still undefeated, and pretty impressive, not going to lie. So for Jason's team, I think it only makes sense to give him 5 booms. So you ready? Mm-hmm. Ready? Let's go. Boom! 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 And then for Zombies Ate My Neighbors, not as good, but it wasn't a complete disaster. I'm only going to give myself 2 booms. Okay, wow. Here we go. Boom! Boom! All right.
Sweet. Next, you go to my matchup. We talked earlier about my trade. So that trade did actually cost me a victory this week. It was about a 3-point difference. And as you can see, Nico's Roughnecks lost to Tyler's London Calling by 0.08 points.
Yeah, usually I leave out the decimals when I say scores, but here you actually have to throw them in because that's how close this game was. Yeah,
I mean, they say football's a game of inches. They're not lying. But yeah, neither one of us kind of did that great. Brees Hall and Drake London were pretty good for T-Mac, and then Jaden Daniels on Monday night. That game came down. This game obviously came down to Monday night and the last drive of the game. T-Mac was able to pull it off with Jaden Daniels having an unbelievable rookie performance. And then over on my team, I was kind of in the mix the whole time. I was actually projected to win Monday night. Zach Moss did get me 18. And other than that, the team didn't really do too well. So I'm thinking, I think just because of that performance by Jaden Daniels, we're going to give T-Mac 3 booms.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Now, just in full disclosure, I did use my left arm for that boom.
I was going
I don't
right.
know if you can tell the difference.
I'm really
I
actually am flexing. I don't know why.
Yeah, you have to flex when you do it. And then for my team, just because I lost, 2 booms.
Boom! 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 All right, next we'll go over to Tyreek 40-yard dash cam beating Wilson 93 to 57. Wow, what a performance. Tyreek 40-yard dash cam only putting up 93 points. He got it mainly from Dallas Goedert and Brock Purdy, pretty much combined for 60. And the rest was pretty bad. Vegas got -2 points. How about that? On the other side, my goodness, this may be the worst performance of the year. And I was looking at his team last night, and I was like, oh, wow, he took a lot of dudes from the Houston Texans. So you got C.J. Stroud, you got Tank Dell, and you have Joe Mixon. So it's you kind of go as that team goes. And you got to hope that it goes to your guys. And obviously some injuries are holding him back with A.J. Brown, I think, somewhere. Joe Mixon is injured, Jalen Warren, a whole lot of injuries. So I don't want to talk about this team much more. I just honestly want to get into the boom scale. And starting with Ian, I'm going to give him 3 booms just for pulling off the win and getting, I guess, 93 points. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I'm going to do my right.
Boom! 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 And then for Wilson, I have to give 0.
0. Sorry.
0 booms.
0 booms.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, I mean, he only put up 50-something last week. It's not looking good. I said I wouldn't worry about anything, but
we're entering worrying season.
Now I'm worried for him. All right, next we got Evans, more DJ, less bitching, beating Nakua Matata, Amy, 110 to 75. Over on Amy's team, Jalen Hurts, didn't really do anything for him. Real low scoring game. Pretty much all of her running backs, except for Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, less than 5 points. That's not getting you a win ever. So then over on Evan's team, Dak Prescott having a 30-point game, and then Jonathan Taylor with 26. That was pretty much most of his offense there. 110 points. I'm going to give him 4 booms.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, let's go.
Boom, 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 boom. This is almost exhausting.
Yeah, well, I'm only giving Amy 2.
Okay.
So, and I'll bring this up since both their kickers only scored 2 points total. We've been hyping up these kickers the last couple of weeks. I think there was only 1 double-digit performance the whole league.
It's about time. It kind of came down. The kickers were running the league for the first 3 weeks, so it's almost a relief that it came down a little bit.
Yeah. All right, 2 booms for Amy.
Boom, boom. This is, I give shit to a lot of these influencers, but this is
hard work.
This is work. Like, yeah. I'm like working up a sweat over here. All right, which takes us over to our next game. That's Dalton's Kincaid beating Dicker. I barely knew her. Oh my god, I didn't realize how close this game was. It came down to .02 for the win. Gigantic win for Dalton's
Like, what
Kincaid.
even is that? It's like 8 inches of like a pass.
That's got to kill Ryan. That's a tough one to lose. Starting with Dalton's Kincaid, I mean, Murray, it's a lot of consistent numbers. Nobody really blew up, but it was good numbers almost all the way across, other than the Cincinnati defense. Pretty good team effort. I'm not even going to say the players, but just pretty good team effort from everybody. And then on the other side, Jamar Chase found the end zone twice. Patrick Mahomes still seems to be a little wobbly in the legs. And then Kyron Williams went off. Did he get 3 touchdowns or 2?
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns for Kyron Williams.
2 on the ground, 1 catching.
Yep. So it's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, it started Thursday night for him with Ramondre Stevenson only getting 0.3 points as a running back.
That's crazy.
Insane. So I guess benching Terry McLaurin was his updoing?
Undoing.
Updoing was his undoing, and that's gonna be that probably keeps him up at night. So
up doing what? Scrolling probably.
I'm gonna give Nick 3 booms just because he pulled off the win. So they go boom, 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 and then I'm only gonna give Dicker I barely knew her 1 boom just because you lost by such a rough amount that I don't think you deserve 2. I'm just gonna give you 1.
Boom.
So that'll take us over to everyone's favorite segment. It's the DUW SVU case of the week.
Not so bad they committed murder. Now I'm a plot in the TV thriller. Case of the week, oh case of the week. On pounds and for all the world to see.
And this week we have Fried Rice beating, killing, subscribing.
Clicking his like button, smashing it.
To Stathi, this is fine. 184 to 133. This is a pretty rough situation. This was on the matchup to watch last week. And, when you put up 133 points, you usually don't find yourself as the case of the week. It's
unless you're on the other end.
Yes, exactly. It's really unfortunate he had to be here. So as a consolation prize, we are going to give Adam 1 chicken bake. From Costco, and then we're going to give Stathi a double chunk chocolate cookie as a consolation prize. So which one do you prefer?
I like the double chunk chocolate cookie. 5 booms.
But looking at the teams really quickly, Adam Fried Rice went absolutely bonkers. Josh Allen had 30. Rashee Rice was the wide receiver 2 with 23. Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry combined for 60. I mean, Shakir found the end zone. Devin Singletary found the end zone. And even the Green Bay defense found the end zone. So as of right now, I think this is the highest score to beat for this year. It definitely ranks on the all-time list. I don't know where, top 5 or whatever, but 183 points is pretty ridiculous. So big ups to Adam for that. On the other side, if you want to take this, Jeremy.
Yeah, so over on Safi's team, 133 points. Most of it came from San Francisco wide receiver Jawan Jennings, sort of getting into the spotlight because of a Deebo Samuel's injury. Just a pretty insane stat line, 175 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's the reason he's getting 133. The rest of his team honestly did not do that hot. David Montgomery with 20 points and Lamar Jackson with 25. But everyone else there, CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, and Kelsey, his dual tight end threat, only putting up 10 points. And then playing San Francisco D and getting 3. So,
yeah.
I mean, he still got 133 points, but like I said, most of it came off of sort of a fluke, Jawan Jennings, or maybe it's not a fluke. Maybe he's the next Jerry Rice.
Yeah, we'll that's got to be one of the most impressive performances for like a waiver wire pickup, right? Like 41 points for like just some guy you picked up off the week is like insane. Yeah, that's going to do it for the DUW SVU case of the week, which will take us into our matchup to watch.
Matchup to watch, the field set to play, destined for dominance, the roaring acclaim.
This week I'm looking at Nick versus Ian. Nick is 2-1, and Ian is 1-2. It should be a good week. So we realized we were looking at the metrics, we were looking at the Nielsen ratings, and the engagement we got from last week's matchup to watch was off the charts. So we figured that we can start spilling a little bit of tea for the matchup to watch, just to kind of give it a little bit of spice. You know, like the matchup to watch is like the steak, but the us, Jeremy, we're like this. We have to give it the sizzle. You know what I mean? So I'm going to tell a story real quick about Nick and Ian, and you know I can't believe I'm actually telling this story. It's pretty crazy. So like they go to Disney World every year, Nick and Ian, and when they go to Disney World, I was with them.
Well, you go every year with them.
Yeah, we're Disney adults, so we really enjoy it. We like playing with the characters and chasing them around and stuff like that. And every year, for whatever reason, Nick gets on Ian's shoulders, right? And like Ian carries him around so he can see over everybody for like, you know, the duration of when they're there. So a couple hours go by, and all of a sudden I hear Ian yell, and he throws Nick to the ground, and Ian has shit and piss going down his neck and down his back,
and then like into the crack of his pants, like into his own underwear.
It went all the way down, and all of a sudden they start yelling at each other at Disney World. And Nick, for whatever reason, he keeps denying that it was him that did it. He just kept going, "I swear to God, it wasn't me." And Ian's like, "What are you talking about? You're the only one up there. Like, you had to be." And Nick, to this day, tells people that he did not pee or poop down Ian's neck and back. So I know that
saw it.
And I saw it. I was there. I mean, I tried to talk to Nick, and he just tells me the same thing. He's like, "I swear to you, I promise on every dead relative that I have that I did not pee or poop down his back." And I'm like, wow.
It wasn't like a pelican that had like its beak completely filled with piss and shit, and then it fell out of the pelican's mouth as he was flying over.
You know, I'm a big justice system guy. Like I
love those guys.
You know, somebody needs to be found guilty. I need like proof. So, you know, I try to give Nick the benefit of the doubt, but this is just 12 Angry Men all over again, and he has to be guilty, right? That was the message in that movie? I'm pretty sure. So we know that there's some bad blood here, some bad piss, some bad shit going on between these two. So make sure you keep an eye on this matchup to watch, and I think the loser is going to have to tell the truth.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
All right. So that's it for the matchup to watch, which will take us into Jeremy's Spoken Gambling Circle.
Yep. All right. So hold on. So let me take a sip of my coffee here.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, we're on Zoom right now, and Jeremy has this little cup. Where'd you get that, bud?
It's my normal coffee cup.
Really? It's so small.
Yeah, no, so I drink extra thick coffee, so I just put it in this little cup. That's just always how I drink it.
Okay.
I pretty much drink it all day. Anyway, so I went 2-0 this week, undefeated. 3-4 on the year. We're talking plus units here. Everyone loves that. Especially these days. You need as many units as you can get. I took the Seahawks, and they beat the Dolphins, playing with that new quarterback for the first time this year. Seahawks won easily, won and covered, and then the Jets on Thursday night. A personal note, I actually did a little bit of an alternate spread, and I took them at -9.5. Paid a little bit better, in which they covered easily.
It sounds a little bit like beginner's luck, but yeah, congratulations. Not easy to go 2-0.
I mean, I've been doing it for a while. But it is week 3. This week, I've been favoring the AFC East. I mean, bet what you know. I know I've been following them for years. And just looking ahead, they got a couple of good primetime matchups this week. So I actually like the Buffalo Bills going into Baltimore, 2.5-point dogs. It's usually a good game when they face each other. And I just think, I don't know, it just seems like it's time for Buffalo to step up and command the conference, because it's pretty much just looking like the Chiefs right now. And next, I'm going to flip-flop on the Dolphins. They're -1 Monday Night Football, hosting the Titans. I just think the Dolphins are going to be at home. They kind of know what they have now. They'll be able to dial something up. Even without Tua, they're still like super talented team. So I like the Dolphins there. I wouldn't get too scared of what you saw in Seattle. Those are my 2 picks of the week: Buffalo +2.5 and Miami -1.
Oh, that's lovely. Wow. Well, congratulations on that 2-0. It's top of the mountain. Yep. Feels great. Let's see if you can keep it up. All right. I think that's going to do it for our Big Justice and AJ spectacular here. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, what do you think? What's the boom rating for the show as a whole?
This one?
Yeah,
I think it's like a how high can you go? Probably like a 20.
5. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just go. Boom! 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 Boom!